Ireland's massive carbon dioxide battery is interesting. This technology was invented by an Italian man called Claudio Spadaccini. That is the male version of my name. He wanted to see if there was a cheaper way to store renewable energy. Instead of inventing new machinery, his team realized they could combine equipment that already exists. So, how does it work? The CO2 stays inside the system and is reused over and over again. It isn't released into the atmosphere. Imagine it's a very windy night and wind farms are making a massive amount of energy. But most people are asleep, so no one is actually using that energy. Normally, some of that energy would be wasted. Instead, the battery uses spare energy to power compressors that compress carbon dioxide. They squash it to an extremely high pressure, and interestingly, it turns into liquid. The liquid can be stored in tanks much more easily than gas, and the heat created during compression is also stored separately. Both of these things are needed later. Because now imagine at 6 p.m., everyone's come home from work, people turn on kettles, ovens, TVs, computers, and the electricity demand suddenly jumps. So the stored liquid can then be warmed using the heat that was stored, and it becomes high pressure gas again. The gas rushes through a turbine, the turbine spins a generator, and the generator produces electricity for the grid. And the CO2 then returns to the big dome, ready to be compressed again. Nothing is burnt, nothing is consumed. It's simply recycled in a closed loop. We love recycling on this channel. This is so clever, and I'm really glad that Ireland is building one of these, because the biggest problem with renewable energy is storing it, not generating it. They only announced it in June 2026, which is very, very recently. But they've already got planning permission and all of that, so they are expecting it to be operational by 2028. It should be able to supply around 23 megawatts continuously for about 8 to 9 hours, making it a long-duration storage system rather than a short-term battery. Maybe, if this goes well, this is what helps us move away from fossil fuels. And someday we will have one of these everywhere.